Welcome to Rescripted Podcast,
where we could celebrate the great things in life, share about the not so great parts, and find out how we can rewrite those challenges, turn them into insightful moments that will lead us to change, to growth, to happiness, and empowerment, all so that we can live the life we truly want to experience.
In today's episode, we are going to be discussing the clarity of developing resilience. I know when we go through it, we feel like it's unfortunate. We feel like this is just an inconvenient situation. But however, if you're able to see that it is meant to build you up, not to tear you down, you start to look at those moments in a different way. You start to see them as beneficial, and you actually start to look forward towards them because you know that they're going to grow you, versus feeling overwhelmed and really ready to kind of like give up when things get too hard. You see, in life, we always want to grow. We always want to improve. And we think that that's always going to be at a comfort level. We're always going to think it's going to be convenient for us at the right timing and how exactly and precisely we want to grow. But if you lived long enough, you know that that's just not true. It is the uncomfortable moments that grow us the most. It is the inconvenient moments in life that bring clarity to us and bring revelation to us and allow us to see things in a different point of view. So although we would love to map everything out and we would love to have the answers to everything, the truth of the matter is clarity comes from being able to see something from a different lens. And once you are in a moment where you have to be resilient, that's really what it is. It's forcing you to look at the situation, look at the circumstances from a different lens. That's why you feel lost or you feel like you're blindsided, because it's not from the angle in which you're used to observing things or taking in information, right? It's normally not the way that you experience things. So it allows you to feel like it's throwing you off a little bit. But the truth of the matter is, once you start to see how it starts to develop, once you're able to understand the benefits of them, you really do start to look forward to them. And those butterfly feelings that you used to get in your stomach that made you feel like you were nervous or you were going through anxiety, you realize that's not the case anymore. You start to identify those as the elements of your body letting you know that it's time for a change. It's time to evolve and it's time to elevate yourself. So in discovering these things, a lot of times you're going to have like your old habits that are going to make you feel like you want to revert back and looking at something's not going to work out for you, right? Something's just not working out for you. And you want to detach yourself from any thought process that's going to allow you to doubt yourself, right? Because in doubting yourself, you're putting on the lens of there's no other way but the way in which you're looking at things. And that is very wrong. That is you thinking that there's only one way of doing things or just one way to navigate things. That's actually coming from a closed mindset. You're not allowing yourself to see the different open doors that can possibly, breed new opportunities. So when you're able to see that, you're able to determine, okay, once you look at something and let's say you go through an unfortunate situation that's going to cause you to be resilient. And resilient means that you're not willing to give up. Resilience means that you're willing to continue to work through something to make it work. So the best way to work for yourself and not against yourself is to make sure that you have an open mind. And having the open mind is going to allow you to look at it and say, okay, if this is meant to build me, if this is meant to work in my benefit, how would it do so? And with that single thought process, it's going to allow you to shift your perspective, right? Because now you have a different lens. Now you're not looking at it as a hindrance. You're looking at it as different opportunities. And that's what you always want to look at when you have life. There's new opportunities. There's different opportunities. And how can you benefit from them? How can you improve from them? And also, how can they be a new resource for you? So when you start to look at things that everything works in your benefit, there's no place for doubt. There really isn't. There's just new involvement and new strategies to develop and new ways to find ways to overcome. And when you start to develop new ways, well, guess what? With so many new improvements, your landscape is going to look different, which means your order of operation is going to look different. And chances are it's going to be easier, because that's what life really does. It allows you to consume experiences and knowledge and different situations, so that you can see how you first address it, and then see what's a different way for you to address it. And as life goes on, you're going to see that your order of operations should be smoother, because now you understand what you're willing to gain from something, what you want to extract from something. So therefore, you're going to know what are the components that are required from you to be able to receive those results. So when you look at life like that, you're never going to have that feeling of, it's just my luck. Things always, end up bad for me. Things don't work out. You can't have that mindset, because when you're solution based, it's the exact opposite. So when you come towards having resiliency and having the clarity of resiliency, you're going to see how precisely you as an individual are being developed. You as an individual, how you're growing and what's going to benefit you. And that's the beauty. You don't have to always look at somebody else's progress and compare yourself, because they may need to develop in a different way. Maybe their moments of resilience could be places where you have already mastered. So you see why comparing yourself to somebody else just doesn't make sense, and it doesn't benefit you in any way. You are in your own lane, and you have your own set of strengths and skills and accomplishments, and everything that you do is meant to build, to lean into that, to lend itself to that, to develop that, and to grow that more. And that's what makes you so proud of your own life. That makes you so excited about the achievements that you created, and also helps you understand how you want to continue to move forward. What trajectory do you want to go on? And know that as you continue to evolve, it is part of the process to have to come through some moments of having to experience resiliency, because it's you leaving the old you and entering the new you. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing bad about that. It's only improvement, right? And that's what everybody wants. You don't want to stay the same for the rest of your life. It may be comfortable in some aspects, but internally it's just not comfortable, because everything in life wants to grow, wants to change, wants to evolve. So that's something that I want you to always have with you. Nothing in life is meant to hurt you or harm you. It's really meant to grow you. And the more you fight it, the bigger resistance it's going to be. But nonetheless, you're going to want to improve yourself. So look at the areas in your life that's causing you to be resilient, and see what that really is building in you. Because the moment you have clarity in it, you're going to get excited, because you're going to see it really is lending itself to do something in your favor, in your benefit. Then you'll get excited and you'll say, although it's uncomfortable, I will move forward. Although it's inconvenient, I see the benefit, so therefore I will go after it. Kind of like working out. Nobody wants to feel the soreness the next day, but you continuously keep going, you keep building, because eventually it's the price you have to pay to get the results you truly want. And it's for your benefit. It's ultimately for your benefit. You're going to want to eat healthier for your benefit. You're going to want to work out to move your muscles and move your body, so that you have, the energy and the endurance that you want to have. And it's all meant for your benefit. But if you're only going to focus on the pain of the soreness of the muscles during the process of it, it would be really hard for you to reach your result, your desired result, because you understand that the beauty of it is the dedication to it. I know so many people want quick fixes, and however, there's always going to be a quick fix option out there, but it doesn't mean it's going to fix everything. It doesn't mean it's going to build you better or faster or improve you in the ways you truly want to, So I'm a strong believer that as long as you're dedicated to something and you work out the kinks within that, you're going to find your progress, you're going to find your improvement, and you're going to fall in love with the story that is your life. And ultimately, that's what you want to do. It's your life. You're in it 24/7. So you want to be able to enjoy it. And even the challenging times, you want to see the value in it. You want to be able to extract the purity of how you are evolving as an individual. So never rob yourself from that by simply thinking that if you're going through a moment of resilience, it's meant to knock you down, because it's not. I remember, thinking that the year 13, right? 3 is considered to be like a bad luck number. So I remember thinking back in 2013, I thought that that was the most challenging year of my life. But when I look back and I look at it with a new lens, I realized, no, it was the most beautiful year of my life, because I was able to understand the different elements in me of how strong I am, how resilient I was, and all that I had in me. I was able to do it without producing anything that had any malice intent in it. Even this year, 2023, some people it was a blessed year, some people it was a challenging year. At first, there was a lot of moments of resilience that I had to overcome. I thought it was a challenging year, and just because I had it in my mind, oh, it's a 3, it's supposed to be a bad luck year. And when I looked back and I saw all that I overcame and all I did and all of my accomplishments, I said, no, it was the most beautiful year, because I've never grown so much. I've never had to go through so many moments of resiliency. So my growth process was pretty expedited because of all the different things that I refused to hinder me, but I kept going and I kept going and I kept going. And I found the version of me that I always knew what was within, and the part of me that I fell in love with, and the part of me that I felt was the purest of me that I can share with you. So you see how it was just a perspective shift, just a mind shift. I thought, 13 is a bad luck number. And once I cleared that out and I was able to look at everything, I was like, it was the most beautiful. There was no bad in that. There was no luck in that. If anything, it was good luck, because it grew me the most that I've ever grown before. So remember, a lot of our challenges that we face, a lot of the hindrances, a lot of the roadblocks that we come across, the majority of them start in our head, because we refuse to look at things from a different perspective. We refuse to look at finding that there is a solution. We just have to align with that solution. So once you're able to shift your mindset and be more solution based, you're going to start seeing that you're going to have different opportunities come up. Some that you feel would be a natural fit, some you won't think would be a natural fit, but nonetheless, trust the process, listen to your intuition, and you're going to see that you're going to be able to move yourself in the right direction that makes the most sense to you. And if you want to learn how to do this, I'll be happy to help you in my masterclass, Take the Lead. And in that masterclass, I do a deep dive of how you're able to take back control and be able to see all the fruitfulness that's already in your life and how you can take control back. This masterclass, I am so excited because we start off with your current point, where you are currently and what challenges you are facing. And it's a live masterclass, and I go over it with you. And in the masterclass, we're able to see and develop what are some of the challenges along the way, and how and what that truly impacts, and what are the next action steps to move forward so that you can be able to take the lead and build the framework to your dream life, because you truly deserve it. Because a lot of times we really aren't that far away from the dream life we really want to have. We just need a few tweaks and we'll be right there. And I want to assist you with that if you are finding it a little challenging to find out what it is precisely that you have to tweak. So if you are interested in that, please sign up for our masterclass. I'll link all the information down below. But if you are ready for something even more profound, more of a transformation, I have this wonderful course called Tailor Your Life. And in that 12-week program, we really do dissect really the core of some of these challenges. What's creating your self-doubt that's going to lead to self-sabotage that ultimately brings you to have that so uncomfortable feeling of imposter syndrome. Because ultimately what we want is to align with our purpose. We want to know what our calling is so that we can live more effectively in it. And that is what that program walks you through and allows you to see that journey unfold right in front of you, so that you can continuously always see where you're going, where you're guiding, and all the different elements and components that you'll need to go through that process and effectively find your purpose. So if that's something that you are excited about, and that's something that you are truly wanting to transform into, you're tired of this guessing game, you're tired of trying to figure it out, and you really just truly want a core blueprint to finding out
what your purpose is and be able to align with it, then I invite you to have a discovery session with me. Also, the information will be down below, and we'll talk about it and see if that's what you are ready to do, if you really are ready to take those next steps. And I'll be happy and more than excited to be able to assist you with that as well. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. And if you enjoyed this episode and feel like it was insightful, then I ask you to please rate it, like it, and subscribe. And share it with someone you feel will enjoy it. I'll be back here next week, and we will continue to discuss matters regarding personal development. Take care, guys. Have a blessed week, and I'll see you next time.